Everyone is gearing up for Olympics, and 2024 is going to be, I guess it's going to be a great year for us. And yes, we are aiming for double digit. It's a huge thing. So Neeraj is there as a pillar for us. And our relative is going to perform extremely well, like World Last World Championship.
And the last few years have been very rewarding for Indian athletics. We won 29 athletics medals at the Asian Games, 8 at the Commonwealth Games. What number are you looking for from the Olympics?
Olympic Games, truly speaking, a prediction is not possible at all. So every country, it's a global event, and that's the highest event, and every athlete's dream to get a win an Olympic medal, and the entire country is taking it as a pride. So it's a kind of global war. I can say that. So I'm not able to predict, but we know which are the events going to perform well and which are the athletes going to perform well in Olympics.
Now, it's interesting that you mentioned that the AFI has earmarked a few favorites to win the medals. Could you name some of those athletes or some of those sports we should keep an eye out on?
So Neeraj is there as a pillar for us, and in javelin there are 3 entries, and our jumpers are doing well. Our relative is doing well. So all the every athlete, so in their capacity and with the support of government and with the support of system, and with support of all the sponsors, they are extremely doing well. And other events, if we come into the other events, shooting we are doing well, boxing, wrestling, badminton, the big list. So everyone is gearing up for Olympics, and 2024 is going to be, I guess it's going to be a great year for us. And yes, we are aiming for double digit. It's a huge thing. Uh, yeah, that's the reality. In athletics, of course, javelin, Gina is there. So both of them will be competing together. And jumpers, unfortunately, Sri Shankar Murali, he injured and got operated. So it will take 1 year. Actually, he was a big medal hope for our country. And our relative is going to perform extremely well, like last World Championships. And yeah, these are the events which we are focusing now in Olympics. And if anybody comes in best of 8 in other events, that will be a great show for us.
And you were the first Indian athlete to win a World Championships medal. That was way back in 2003. And back then, India perhaps was not doing as great in athletics. But over the last couple of decades, the development has been truly staggering. And you've seen it from close quarters, of course, being associated with the AFI. What do you think has been the main reasons behind this improvement?
Back then, the support what we used to get was very limited, and the infrastructure was also very minimal, and the awareness was not that great. So when I was going for a world championship, no one even imagined that one Indian is going to win, even from India. It was a struggle for me to go to US and for the training, and from there for the Grand Prix, because no one was believing like an Indian can come and win a medal, or Indian can perform good in Grand Prix competition. So initially, I also struggled for the entries in Grand Prix Diamond Leagues. And after the first competition, I was in that medal bracket, so I got next competition. So it was just like a struggle for me. Now and then, back then it was very like in the sense, private support was also very minimal. I was lucky that I got Nike sponsorship then. But now every athlete is supported by the private sectors, and like Coca-Cola, they are our sponsors. Our academy is sponsored by Coca-Cola.
15 female athletes stood on the podium at the Asian Games representing India. Do you think this achievement of the female athletes will trigger a mind shift change where the parents will be more welcoming to their girls taking up sports as a viable career option now?
Initially, it was like they had a fear fact, like in fear in their mind that if we send our kids to our sports or athletics, what will be their future, because it's a common thing. But now our India, the moment what like in the sense women empowerment. So in every corner, that is a big game changer, and especially in sports, from very humble background or from remote village, kids are coming up. And see, there is some one app from government of India. If we are showcase, if you can showcase your talent in that, and if you're good in, then definitely they will get into any like in the size scheme or any other scheme, so they can come in the mainstream. And other than that, see, our women athletes are performing extremely well in international competitions. They are winning Olympic medal, World Championship medal, and the way how our country is celebrating them, the way how they are getting the recognition, that is visible everywhere. So the parents are also now interested, and they are putting their kids into sports. And the performance, of course, that is up to their, like according to their talents. But definitely, there's a way.
Would you say India hosting the 2036 Olympics is a completely realistic possibility?
Definitely, because our Prime Minister already our interest in like bringing Olympics to India, and I guess International Olympic Committee will accept that the invitation. And see, India we have all the infrastructure here, and the support we have. And in I think within few years already we started the works. so so I guess 36, there's no doubt about getting that Olympics. And see, that will change. That will be a game changer in my opinion.
Ma'am, now let's talk about your foundation, that is the Anju Bobby George Foundation. What made you start this and what are the sectors that you're working on?
Initially, the thought came in 2015, and within 2 years, I have got the sanction from the government, and I started here in Bangalore. It's in Kenkeri. So, as a because what I am here, what I am now, it's just because of sports, and it's my responsibility to give back to my society. So, and especially in women athletes. So, less fortunate athlete, good talented athletes from any corner. So, if I can support them, that will be like great thing what I can do in my life. So, all these 16 athletes we picked from all over the country, and they came to our academy very young age, and now they are like performing extremely well. So Shaili Singh, she's our star athlete. She got a world championship junior medal.
Now, here's an interesting trivia. The last time and the only time India won more than one athletics medals in Olympics, that was back in 1900. And Norman Pritchard won two medals for India during that Olympics. And incidentally, that was in Paris as well. We are going back to Paris after all these years. Do you think that this time, Paris being the host, we will get more than one medal in athletics?
Yes, this Paris, the name itself, I think it's a lucky name for our country, because we got two medals from Paris long back, and I got India's first global medal after that from Paris, and now it's again going back to Paris, and we are aiming more than one medal, of course. And so realistic the chances are real, because Neeraj Chopra is there, and the others, as I said, they are also like in that edge. So I guess the Paris 2024 will be a lucky place and lucky year for it's going to be.
Ma'am, we've discussed about India's development in athletics over the past 20 years, but now looking from the broader perspective into the future, we still have a huge gap with the top 5 or 6 nations. How do you think we can bridge that gap?
Getting into that best of five or best of six in Olympic medal tally is a huge task. So we actually, India was nowhere, not only in sports, in other area also. But we are slowly going into that elite group. So in all the corners, from all the corners, we are like slowly going into that elite group. So that changes will be visible in sports also. So 2036 is a long, like few years ahead. So I guess the way how India is progressing, definitely that will change, and that will show in sports also. And our main aim is to be in that elite group, best of six or minimum best of eight. That's a minimum target, or best of six. So then the medal tally also will be in that range. And the planning what we are doing now, see, as I said, 2036 planning is already started, and it's not only in infrastructure level, the other side also, how we can include more events and how we can include get more medals, and what are the areas still we are lacking, and what are the areas we need to focus. And the coaches also, the coaches now we are getting a lot of international coaches, so we are planning to change that, and we are supporting a lot of more Indian coaches, because we need Indian coaches in our ecosystem. So it's a altogether development what we are aiming. Definitely we'll be there.